Hello everyone, how are you doing? The Call of Duty franchise has positioned itself as the leading war game, but that might change because today I bring you 12 new war games that promise to dethrone COD. So without further ado, let's start the list with Battlefield 6, considered one of the most ambitious projects in EA's history, with the largest development team ever assembled for a Battlefield game. The game will be set in a modern war between 2027 and 2030, featuring realistic technology like drones and robots inspired by Battlefield 3. It will include a solo campaign, absent in Battlefield 2042, focusing on a private military group against NATO, as well as a multiplayer mode with 64 players, 32 versus 32, and traditional classes. Rumors suggest a free battle royale mode developed by Ripple Effect, but there's no official confirmation. The gameplay promises hyper-realistic destruction, with destructible buildings and tactical mechanics, such as improved levolution. 45 weapons, 10 varied maps, and live service support with regular updates are expected. The game will be exclusive to PC, PS5, and Xbox Series with probable crossplay. Escape from Tarkov is a hardcore and realistic first-person survival shooter developed by Battlestate Games. It stands out for its immersive gameplay, focus on realism, and RPG and MMO elements. The game is set in the fictional region of Norvinsk, on the border between Russia and Europe, amidst an armed conflict. Players take on the role of PMCs, private military contractors, or scavs, scavengers, fighting for survival and seeking to escape the conflict zone. The gameplay focuses on tactical realism, resource management, strategic combat, and a complex and deep loot system. The ballistic system is detailed with different types of ammunition and weapons affecting accuracy, penetration, and damage. The health system is also complex, requiring the use of medical items to treat injuries. The game offers an extremely detailed weapon modification system, allowing players to customize practically all aspects, such as sights, stocks, magazines, and attachments, based on real models. Glory to the Heroes is a game being developed by Space Dev Games, an independent Ukrainian studio. It is described as a tactical military first-person shooter simulator with massive multiplayer, online PvP, and online cooperative elements. The game is set in the Russian-Ukrainian War, promising an immersive and tactical experience based on real events and locations. The developers state that the game aims to portray the brutality and hell of modern conflict with an educational, journalistic, and cultural sharing purpose. They also mentioned that part of the sales will be used to help the Ukrainian military. Players will need to work in their teams, composed of different roles that complement each other. The game features unique characteristics of the war, such as trench warfare similar to World War II, massive use of artillery, and new technologies like drones. Players can build defenses like sandbags, trenches, and anti-tank obstacles, and also destroy or create cover on the battlefield. Projekt Z Beyond Order is a cooperative first-person shooter set in World War II, where players face hordes of zombies on a secret German island. Developed by 314 Arts and published by Maximum Entertainment, the game promises an intense survival experience with a focus on character progression, weapon customization, and cooperative gameplay. The game features 4 unique character classes, each with distinct abilities and roles in the cooperative mode for up to 4 players. Players can extensively customize their weapons, collecting supplies and blueprints to craft and upgrade firearms and melee weapons. A blueprint crafting system is central to the game's mechanics, influencing the construction of weapons, structures, and equipment. In addition to the main missions, there is a free exploration mode to explore the island, find items, and complete side quests. Players can build and upgrade a hideout as a base, where they can improve characters, craft and customize weapons, and build shops to buy and sell items. Resource gathering is crucial for survival, but items are lost upon death, encouraging strategy and caution. Kingmakers is an upcoming action and strategy game scheduled for release on October 8, 2025, developed by Redemption Road and published by TinyBuild. The game places players in a war-torn medieval England, where they must use an arsenal of modern weapons to change the course of history and prevent an apocalypse. The game features real-time battles with thousands of CPU-controlled soldiers, allowing for a high level of combat fidelity and characters. Kingmakers combines third-person shooter, strategy, and simulation elements. Players can command armies, build fortifications, and issue orders directly to soldiers or let subordinate officers handle it. The game offers a wide range of weapons, from modern firearms to medieval weapons, allowing players to experience different gameplay styles. The online cooperative mode allows up to 3 friends to join to fight together.
If he's not on the throne, it's over. Forever.
Victory Banner is a real-time strategy game with third-person action elements set on the Eastern Front of World War II, focusing on the events of 1941. Developed by Perez Vet, an indie studio, and published by HeroCraft PC, the game promises a unique combination of tactical command and direct unit control, offering an immersive and intense experience. The game stands out for its hybrid gameplay, allowing players to manage squads in RTS mode or take control of individual units, such as snipers, machine gunners, or T-34 tanks from a third-person perspective. This fluid switching between modes is one of the main differentiators, with detailed mechanics such as precise aiming, inventory management, and environmental interactions, like building fortifications or capturing buildings. The gameplay is intense, with fast-paced combat and tactical decisions that directly impact the outcome of battles. The narrative is a strong point, with each unit, soldiers and vehicles, having a name and history, drawing inspiration from games like XCOM to create emotional attachment. The focus is on the courage of ordinary people amidst the conflict, with missions that tell chapters of heroism. Interaction with the environment is another highlight, allowing actions like planting mines, throwing grenades, and building trenches using an engineering truck, which adds strategic depth. Beach Invasion 1915, Gallipoli, is an FPS with tower defense elements, developed and published by AIX2 Games. It is part of the Beach Invasion series and is set against the backdrop of the historic Gallipoli campaign, one of the largest amphibious operations of World War I, which occurred between 1915 and 1916 on the Gallipoli Peninsula, present-day Turkey. The game combines modern FPS realism with arcade-style on-rail shooter mechanics, promising an immersive and intense experience. The game places players in the context of the Gallipoli campaign, a crucial event of World War I, where Allied forces attempted to invade the Gallipoli Peninsula to capture the Dardanelles Strait and weaken the Ottoman Empire. The player takes on the role of a soldier defending coastal fortifications against continuous waves of invading forces, which include infantry, armored cars, motorcycles, biplanes, airplanes, and warships. Players must prepare defenses using mines, explosives, and bonuses, such as poison gas, armor-piercing, explosive, or incendiary ammunition, to contain the waves of enemies. Call to Arms. Panzer Elite is a third- and first-person action tank simulation game set in World War II, specifically in the summer of 1944 in Normandy. Developed by Digital Mindsoft and published by THQ Nordic, the game promises an immersive and realistic combat experience, combining historical authenticity with tactical depth. Players take command of a German armored battalion facing the Allied advance after D-Day. The task is to organize defenses, launch counterattacks, and navigate the chaos of Normandy. The game allows players to command up to 5 tanks simultaneously, switching between them in real time to respond to changing threats. The campaign focuses on historical authenticity, with scenarios and contexts based on real events. Every player decision can influence the course of battles, and destructible environments, such as collapsing buildings, craters, and debris, require constant adaptation. Players control up to 5 tanks simultaneously, with the ability to switch between them in real time. The game 83 is an objective-based team tactical online FPS first-person shooter set in a Cold War scenario that escalated into open conflict. Developed by Blue Dot Games and with recent publication announced by Toadman Interactive, the game is in development for PC and will be distributed via Steam. It is described as a spiritual successor to the Rising Storm and Red Orchestra series, bringing an accessible realism approach that combines tactical intensity with dynamic and accessible gameplay. The gameplay focuses on objective-based combat, with 30-40-minute matches that combine infantry, vehicles, tanks, and fire support, such as airstrikes and artillery. The game emphasizes teamwork, with a commander role to coordinate squads, and seeks to balance realism with accessibility, offering fast-paced action without the complexity of military simulators. Lethality is high, but the time to get back into the game is short, ensuring dynamism. The War of the Worlds, Siberia, is a third-person action-adventure game inspired by Herbert Wells' novel. Set in 1896 in the Russian Empire, The game features an alternative narrative where a young student flees Petrograd during a Martian invasion, seeking to survive in the inhospitable lands of Siberia. The story combines science fiction, suspense, and political intrigue with characters based on 19th century Russian archetypes in a universe that diverges from the original book, such as the Romaev dynasty instead of the Romanovs. The gameplay mixes combat, stealth, and spatial puzzles. Players will use period weapons, such as flintlock rifles, sabers, and the Maxim machine gun, as well as improvised explosives, with a skill tree for progression. Exploration occurs in defined zones without an open world, but with the possibility of revisiting areas via saves. The narrative is enriched by cinematic scenes and interactions with allies and enemies, creating an immersive and emotional experience.
Оно самое, юноша. Оно самое.
Wraith Ops is a fast-paced tactical first-person shooter game with a planned release in 2025 on Steam. Inspired by classics like Call of Duty 4 and Battlefield 3, the game seeks to revive the essence of old-school shooters, focusing on pure infantry combat, without aggressive microtransactions or loot box mechanics. With an emphasis on objective-based gameplay, teamwork, and skill, Wraith Ops promises an immersive experience with well-designed maps, no unnecessary bottlenecks, and a dynamic weather system that alters the ambiance of matches, either gradually or instantly. The game will offer over 60 weapons at launch, with extensive customization through attachments such as sights, muzzle devices, gadgets, and camouflages, which impact weapon performance. Players can create almost unlimited presets, with 6 favorite slots highlighted on the deployment screen, surpassing the traditional 4 loadout system. Wraith Ops features 2 distinct game modes: casual with reduced damage, an active HUD, and more accessible mechanics, and Wraith more hardcore with higher damage, no HUD, and actions that require more time, catering to both newcomers and veterans. Projekt S from Lionheart Studio is a promising third-person looter shooter with a post-apocalyptic setting. The game is being developed in Unreal Engine 5, promising ultra-realistic graphics and an immersive visual experience. The game's narrative focuses on humanity's struggle for survival in a devastated future, where characters seek a special shelter that holds the secret to salvation, facing unknown dangers. The gameplay of Projekt S is dynamic and fast-paced, with a focus on PvP combat and RPG elements. Players will be able to explore a vast and hostile world, engaging in cinematic battles with a combination of firearms and melee combat. The progression system follows the looter-shooter style, allowing players to upgrade their equipment and skills to face increasingly greater challenges. In addition to PvP modes, the game should include story-based missions and cooperative modes, offering a variety of gameplay options. Well, that was the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and see you next time.
쉘터 안에 인류를 구원할 수 있는 마지막 키가 남아 있으니까. 무너진 도시에서 키를 찾고 탈출해. 이제 우리의 세상을 되찾게 될